Yo, people, welcome back to another stream of Two Up Front. I'm your host, Ace, and I'm with my brother, Major. As always, we decided to mix it up a little bit for this episode. No, normally we would do this episode on a Sunday, but as you can all see, it's a Monday today. But yeah, apart from obviously that, how are you feeling about this stream, bro? How was your weekend?
Good, blessed and highly favoured. Yeah, man, there's a lot of football to talk about. A lot of
Mm,
action over the weekend, so looking forward to breaking it down.
yeah, no, it should be a good one, man. Like it was unlike last weekend where I felt like there was a lot of games that it was kind of obvious where it was gonna go. I think this weekend there was a lot more 50-50 ties that yeah, a lot more. It could be a draw, it could be a win, even a funny one under, bro. Like it's so funny how I've noticed that whenever we do our predictions, when I edge to one team and you edge to the other team, it ends in the draw.
Join us a
But we'll
draw.
get into that later. I thought that was a
Mm.
bit funny. So, but yeah, if you're new here, what we do for this episode is this is our kind of weekend preview, weekend roundup. So we kind of go back, reflect on the Premier League matches that went down last weekend. There's a lot of big games, so there's a lot for us to get into. And I feel like obviously I'm not even gonna try do no shenanigans because yeah, there's only one place that we can start, man. The fastest game of the weekend, bro. Let me get your thoughts first on this one. What did you think about that match at the Etihad, bro? So I had to title the video "Battle of the Etihad," bro, because
Mm.
yeah, it really got crazy towards the end. But yeah, what were
Mhm.
your thoughts in the game, bro?
I think it was a really good match. Um, I think when we were previewing the game, obviously we spoke about the strengths of Arsenal and we spoke about the strengths of City, and yeah, like we speculated and analysed as regards to how the match could possibly turn out. And I think, yeah, man, there was so much action, like
Mm,
things that maybe we hadn't even discussed. Yeah, man, like overall, I think from like a
mm,
spectator's point of view, like it was a good game to watch. Um, the first thing I'll even say before
go
I
on,
even get into the details of the match,
talk to
I
me.
think I'm liking how this rivalry is developing.
Oh,
Like I'm
really?
liking it, yeah, because you know what, yeah, and yeah, let me even just start with this because I
All
think
right.
with City and Liverpool, I think it was very friendly. It was,
Mm,
oh, you're such a
mm.
great team. No,
Oh
you're
yeah,
such
from
a great team.
ATA.
Yeah, you're such a
Yeah,
great team. No,
yeah.
you're such a great team. No, we
Mm,
got 98 points. No, we got 97 points. Oh, you're so unlucky. Oh, you're so great. It was all of that. Like, do you get me? Like, it
mm.
was all City pool. What? What?
Oh yeah,
What?
yeah. I remember
What
that.
does that
I
even
remember
mean?
that. I remember
What
that.
does that even mean? What are
Yeah.
we talking about? But you know what? I'm starting to sense that City and Arsenal really don't like each other.
Nah, we
Like,
don't,
there's
man.
a real growing animosity,
Yeah.
and I'm liking it. Like, I was watching, and I was like, hey. And obviously, there's so much to talk about with this game, like things that happened before the game, things that were said before the game, things that happened after the game, things that were
Bro,
said
bring it
after
all
the
up, man.
game.
Bring it all
Like,
up.
there's so much to
We're gonna get
discuss.
into all of it, man.
Like, so much to
Yeah.
discuss. Like,
Mm.
literally. So yeah, I think firstly, let's just talk through the game. So
Yeah.
I think City started very well.
Yeah, they were on
I
us.
think yeah,
On our
they were
necks, yeah.
on you. They were
Yeah.
definitely on you. Like straight away, you looked at it and you were like, yeah, City are up for this. Like they're ready. Like Arsenal are gonna have a serious game on their hands. And I think I was talking about Haaland and Gabriel and Saliba prior to the match, and I
Mm.
was saying that you know what, someone like Haaland, he's going to be relishing this. And the thing about Haaland is that he doesn't need to have several touches on the ball. Like he's not a Harry Kane where he's going to come and try collect it from deep and he wants to be spraying passes and he's going to get overly frustrated if he's not involved. Like he's just like, when it's time, shout me. And literally, the
Mm.
ball came through and yeah,
Bro,
right
the way our
between
defense
Saliba and
split in that
Gabriel,
moment, bro.
opened up,
Bro, I said this is not my
opened up.
defense. This
Hey
is not
man,
my no,
opened
but
up. And
Calafiori as well, bro. He got
yeah,
put in a
hey,
blender in that move. That touch by
Savinho.
Savinho, oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Savinho.
He put him in a
Oh,
blender.
Savinho.
Yeah,
Fam, he's
yeah.
had a very good introduction to the. I mean, he's given
Mm.
us a very good introduction to the Premier League as regards to maybe people who haven't watched him as much when he was at Girona. But yeah, man, like he was sharp.
Yeah,
Like
you
he
can
was
see the
sharp.
talent
And then
already, man. Yeah,
yeah,
he's
straight away,
quality.
straight away. And
Yeah.
again, it's been said a lot, but those Mares comparisons, they're
Oh, the
so
light
apparent.
skin, the fade.
They're so apparent. Like their play styles are so
Yeah. Yeah, don't let him unlock that.
Yeah.
You know, back. Yeah, don't let him unlock. Yeah.
So similar. But yeah, literally, like, great through ball, Haaland onto it, like burst through, and then the finish.
So weird as well.
The finish was so nonchalant. It was so like, what should I do? He said, "Hey, give me this."
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Because I was watching it, I was like, should Ray have done better there? It just looked like a weird. The way
you're looking like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna go
Yeah.
for the clip? Is he gonna go for the finesse? He said, nah, man, just boom. Like, do you get me? Just straight,
bro.
Like, it was so relaxed, so nonchalant. Like, that's someone who's bang on form. And it was like, okay, like City have started this. And the thing is as well is that obviously the Arsenal defense, like we've spoken about how great it is, and for you to concede like that, it was like, oh, okay, so what's gonna happen now? This makes the game really interesting because we were thinking that, you know what, Arsenal, they're gonna be really solid, like it's gonna be hard for City to break them down, etc. Like, and we're trying to like think about how the game can go. Like, Arsenal keep it really tight, and then they take advantage of their opportunities. And then with that Haaland goal, it was like, oh, okay, well, now Arsenal, like, they've got to be a bit more adventurous because they're behind so early. And City didn't look like letting up as well. And then, hey man, I gotta give props to your boy, because what a goal.
Bro, like, he made up for it, man. He made up for that. That mistake for the Sabinho thing. But yeah, the finish was, man. The finish was, it came out. You know what is major? I remember even coming into this, I remember saying that, like, my worry, why I wanted to go for 1-1 is I didn't see where that second goal was going to come from. Because I knew that we had one goal in us, but that second one, I can't account for it. And that's when you need that kind of goal from that type of player that you just do not expect. And they just give it to you. They give you an out in that game. So that finish was ridiculous. Like, I was watching it thinking, okay, he's either going to go over or he's going to save it. I just see it nestle into the top corner. I said, that was a banger. It was a great goal. It's one of them ones that as soon as it leaves the foot, like, you're looking at it and you're like, oh yeah, like that's nice. Like, you struck that nice. So it was and like, great goal. And I think for Calafiori individually, like, I think it's gonna give him just more confidence and stuff as well. Like, so I think for him personally, it was a big moment, and you saw him run over to Arteta. Bro,
it's funny because
he tried jumping in there. I said,
you see how locked in Arteta is it?
No,
because Arteta's like,
it's not even just that, bro. I'm like, bro, Arteta meant to hold you. He's got like 6'5".
It's the passion.
Don't hurt my manager, bro. Don't hurt my manager.
It's the passion.
It was nice. It was nice. And bro, it was a massive moment too. Because this is his first start in the Premier League.
Yeah, man. And I know a lot of people were looking at it and they're thinking, "Oh, starting lineup, okay." I'm like, So great goal. And then from there, it's like, okay, cool. Arsenal are back in it. And then it was interesting because you're now thinking, okay, now how are Arsenal going to approach this? But I think you grew with confidence. And then these set pieces, man. I spoke about it, bro. And I spoke about it, and I spoke about
it. Cash money, man.
I spoke about
it. Cash money, bro.
Spurs match.
Bro, imagine me like, yes, when you get a corner, bro. I'm celebrating when the corner lands.
I've spoken about it. So that's why even against Tottenham, like, I was looking at it, I was just like, you know what, with Arsenal's defense and this set piece threat and their ability to just, have those moments, I was just like, they're really problematic. And before Gabriel even scored, he was close with the one before.
They got wound.
Credit to Saka, because that delivery is spot on. Like, it's nasty. Like, it's got whip, like tight, like it's a lovely ball to attack. And then obviously, everything that you've done in training, the way you block off the keeper, some people aren't happy about it. But you know what?
People are
fair play, man.
Even all of that, bro. I seen all of that discussion. I was like, you are so
fair play. No,
but first, but I even looked at it as well. If they looked at it, they don't see nothing crazy. We saw it too. It's soft. Like, you can't be when it's Vicario saying that's a weakness, and then when it's Edison, you got blocked off. It's both ways, bro. You can use your hands, be stronger. Like, I thought that was very disingenuous.
It's fair play, man. No, honestly, like, I think, like, with me personally, I don't have a problem with it. Like, I think you've clearly been very drilled on the training ground. I think you've worked on it, and you've worked on it, and it's not a coincidence. Like, it's not a coincidence that before these big matches, like, we're sat here analyzing the game. talking about set pieces
Yeah,
as part
it's
of like a key part
wild.
of like, yeah, like you're looking at it and it's just like, oh, mad. Like, do you get me? So it's like when you've got like a weapon like that, like, yeah, you use it.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like, you use it. Like, it's the same way when United get a free kick and Beckham standing over it, you're thinking, this is gonna be gonna be a nasty ball into the box.
Yeah,
the delivery is gonna be nasty. Obviously, if it's a direct free kick, you're thinking, oof, that's not where you want to be giving a free kick away to Bex. Like, you know what he's on. Like, do you get me? You've seen with like James Ward-Prowse with Southampton and like how clinical he was when it came to free kicks, and you're thinking, don't tell me we gave a ball away
these
like,
players can make a whole career off specializing on that asset.
Yeah.
Who was the long throw specialist?
Rory Delap, bro.
Rory Delap, bro. Yeah.
Stoke had that down to a T, bro. Literally,
it's
bro.
massive.
You're not trying to concede a throw in against Stoke, bro.
Yeah.
Like the amount of goals that came from that, bro. Literally, like you can go on YouTube, bro, and you can see, like, for those who weren't around, for those who weren't watching football, go onto YouTube and just type in Rory Delap long throw-ins, and you can see the goals that came from it, bro. It was a weapon. And I think Arsenal, they have specialized and they've really just like got it down to such like a precision that like when it comes to corners, you're looking at it and you're thinking, oh my days. And you know what the funniest thing about this particular goal was, bro?
What?
Walker.
What was he doing?
It was Kyle Walker before.
He was
doing all the I was like, what's he doing? Just for man to dunk on you, bro. I was looking, instead of you to be concentrated,
bro. I was thinking the same thing.
Can you be focused? Can you imagine? Be focused?
No, he didn't respect us, bro. He didn't respect us.
Just for man to dunk on you like that, and bro, you know I've said a lot about Kyle Walker, bro. I've told you, like, I hear the recovery pace, I hear all of that, but bro, this guy.
That was a talking point, actually. Now. I don't know. I've seen some people say, "Yeah, man, Rico Lewis, should he have been dropped?"
Bro,
Walker,
still
bro.
Bro. But man, you can't be doing all of that just to get dunked on like that. Like, do you get me? Man.
It was childish.
Come on, man. I was playing. I was just like, bro, are you focused? You've just seen what my man did in the one previous. You've seen how many goals they've scored from corners. You know how much of a threat they are. And you know Gabriel, like, he's probably the one person that you know in the penalty box you can't be doing all of that and then you're trying to play with him like he's one little boy. Like, do you get me? Just for man to dunk it on your head. Nasty, man. Nasty, man. So and from there it's 2-1. Arsenal are looking good. I'm thinking, City are rattled. And then obviously we get right to the conclusion of the half, and then the next
trying to stop Drogba getting himself into further trouble.
The next main talking point comes upon us, and that's the Trossard red card. And here, bro, you know what? I think this is a place. I'm going to continue with my match analysis, but I think this is a good place for you to give me your opinions on what you thought of that.
You know what it is, This is actually the one time where, streaming today actually helped me. Because yesterday I was fuming, bro. I was fuming. I've had time now to, relax. Look at look at the land, say, man, we came with a draw. So it didn't, I don't know what ended up happening in the end. But in the moment, I said, these lot are trying to screw us, man. Like, what have we done to the PGMOL? Like, please, okay, we'll stop talking about you. We'll stop complaining. Just please stop this nonsense that you lot are doing, man. It was like, cool, yellow card. How can you give someone 2 yellow cards in the space of a second like that? Like, why? What he did, was it that? It was even at the stroke of half time. People, whether you heard it or not, I just think it was just hella harsh. And again, it's hella harsh to you when you see it in the same game, when the stakes are even lower. That player doesn't even have a yellow card. You're not even ending the game by giving him one. And they just say, no, we're not going to give that guy the yellow card. But you, that's now on the yellow already, that can be sent off. This is the moment that we need to teach all these guys, all these little footballers that are running around this pitch. This is what we have to show them who's boss. It just ruined the match for us, man. So yeah, we said we're the bin men. So, as you continue your analysis, we just accepted our name to the fullest capacity and we did what we had to do. But yeah, bro. So yeah, in general, I was angry. I thought it was hella soft.
Mhm.
I felt like Trossard too. There's a little bit of Trossard too. I think he's also an idiot a little bit. Just for the initial
I was gonna
Like,
ask you,
yeah.
do you put any of the blame on Trossard?
I put
Yeah.
like I give
Given
him like
the context of
yeah.
everything that's happened
Yeah,
with the Rice sending off, with
yeah.
like the occasion, how big the match was, like, do you put any blame on Trossard?
I'll give Trossard some blame for sure. Because even in a
Okay.
moment when he made the initial foul before kicking the ball away, I said unnecessary. You're too excited.
It was a very unnecessary.
Let's just get to
foul.
half time.
It was
The match
very unnecessary.
It's almost done. Yeah. So I think from that moment, you then give the referee a decision to make. So it's like I would like to think the referee decision wouldn't be this is enough to send him off in this moment, but clearly this is what these men are on now. So we have to kind of adapt to it. Because it was like, did we learn from the right situation? Again, I feel like both are very soft. We're not going to see it get given again because that's what these lot do. And I've just said, I'm going to just not stop complaining about it and just be happy that we dug in and we did what we had to do. But we'll talk about that.
Do you think he actually just didn't hear the whistle? Or
I've heard.
Do you think like he kind of just lost composure a bit and then
I think he lost composure. I think he said, I'm trying to get to half time. Like he saw what we had 2-1. He said,
some people are saying he's trying to spray the pass to Martinelli and
I don't think I'm like that. No. His head from the initial, from he just crashing into someone like that, and then no foot kicking it off the pitch. Yeah, man, he lost composure. He said 2-1. I'm trying to get to half time. No nonsense. But he got too eager. I mean, that's an example of being too eager to try to do the right thing, but he went about it the wrong way. So I'll give him some blame for that. Definitely, to answer your question, definitely. Like, it could have been avoided, but yeah. So yeah, bro. Sorry. So that's my fault on that sending off. But I don't want you to stay on it too long as well because I'm even tired of talking about this.
No, I hear you. But obviously, the decision happens, and then it's funny because going into halftime, literally, I think loads of us thought the same thing. I said, Arsenal are about to display. They are about to put on a show. They are about to show the nastiest low block that we have seen in the Premier League. I said, oh my, you cannot fathom the low block that Arteta is going to put out in the second half.
Mate.
We're thinking,
you think Pep was there like they shouldn't have sent him off. They shouldn't have sent him off. I'll run for 11 men Arsenal.
Bro, me who's been praising this Arsenal defense, talking about how solid you are and etc. I said, now you've given them free reign to say everyone
no one can judge us. We can be who we are.
You've given them who we are. Do you get me? Now there's a lot of speculation. Would they have approached it like that in the second half anyway? Well, what they can't say? I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. You'll never know. Do you get me? But you guys and I'm not even criticizing it. I think honestly, up until the 97th minute, that was like a sensational defensive display.
It would have gone down
so
in history,
drilled. Like honestly, like again, when I was speaking about like when players have been coached properly, like it becomes a thing where there's muscle memory. And it's like everyone knows what it is that they need to do. Everyone knows their positions. Everyone knows that, okay, you know what? If we drop back, we all drop back. If we push up, we all push up. Everyone's like so in sync. Honestly, defensively, you guys were amazing. Like, honestly, it was a great performance. And yeah, like I was actually looking at it and I was thinking, you know what this is going to do for
we had got the 3 points. Oh my god.
What it's gonna do for
I'll be moving different
race. Like what it's gonna do, like
we didn't even touch on even earlier on in the match, man. Rodri going down. And now we're seeing that he's out for the season, which is crazy.
I'm gonna talk about that afterwards. But that's crazy. Like what effect that has on the season. But literally it was like City, they were trying and they just had no ideas, man. Literally, like you have Ruben Diaz like just collecting the ball. And I'm thinking, bro, you can't be the guy in this position, bro. Like literally, you shouldn't be the guy. Like you see him try to take a couple shots, you see, and it's just like, I literally City, they're trying, they're getting nowhere. Arsenal, they're drilled. Like Raya, he's coming, he's cleaning.
You have to shout him out as well, man. And again, he had a big performance. Big
we'll talk about
performance
it.
again.
We'll talk about it afterwards. But Bernardo Silva mentioned like the dark arts and etc. And all of this talk.
He needs to be
But
fired, man.
We'll
Fight for
get,
free,
we'll get to it, bro. Hey, bro,
yeah.
chill out, bro. Chill out,
Nah,
bro.
man. I'm on now, bro.
We'll
Fight for
talk
free
about it
attitude,
afterwards.
bro.
We'll talk about it afterwards, bro. But yeah, so we're almost at the end of the analysis, bro. We'll get to all of that. But yeah, so I think Arsenal, you were holding out. It was brilliant. And then I think Pep putting on Grealish. Grealish did actually make a difference. Like, I think, and City were pushing. And then, like sometimes you do need a little bit of luck. Like, like the ball fell nicely to Stones. And then, they get the equalizer.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, I think as an Arsenal fan, it must have been heartbreaking because you were so close. Like so close to getting the result that you wanted. And I think a lot of Arsenal fans, I think you even said it, that you would have took a draw. Like you would have taken a draw in the first place. But I think given
when you're in that situation,
given the circumstances and to see how the game had played out, obviously to concede that goal in the manner that you did, like obviously, like it must have been really, really, really hard to take. And then from there, we've got Haaland getting the ball and throwing it. We've got the final whistle. We've got Haaland telling Arteta to be humble. Like, do you get me? We've got the young G getting booked before he's even come on.
Hey, man, I told you, he said, right, lie down. Lie down.
We've got Bernardo talking. There's Rodri. Like, there's so much to talk about. So, before we get into that, bro, do you want to offer like your analysis of the game quickly?
You know what it is? I feel like you said most everything I would have said. I feel like the only kind of thing I wanted to tap onto the end of it was I think this is also why it's so important. I think the duality of things that for all the criticism that Arteta gets to for the football we play, I think we can't perform like that if we're not also a team that's built to be able to withstand the pressure like that. Because to withstand the pressure for 45 minutes, every man in your half defending against Manchester City. At least it takes a final kick for you to actually lose the match. I just want to say, I was proud of the performance in the end. I was disappointed with the dropping I think the potential if we had got those 3 points and now we're top of the league and then you then hear what happens afterwards with Rodri now. Like, I think that impact would have been crazy. But I think from the point of we still got the point, we're still only 2 points behind them. Like I can't ask for too much more. Like again, the 3 points would have been nice, but definitely a big performance by the team. And man, I'm very happy that we built a team that's capable of doing this. Like I was saying in the last kind of stream, I remember the days where away from home, where this gets slapped up, bro. We'll talk about it later on too, about Anfield being put in a blender. Because another team felt that this weekend. So we used to experience that all the time. So definitely okay with the point, man.
Arsenal have definitely evolved from like even like 10 years ago, and the team that were just getting bullied, like the team that they'll go to these away grounds and they're just gonna get moved to, and you had even people openly speaking, like Troy Deeney, like he was openly speaking about Arsenal and how
you didn't rate us.
Get me, it wasn't even a secret. It was like, hey man, these men aren't serious. These men are not serious. And again, it's ironic because like Arsenal traditionally, like you've had a great defense. Again, when we're looking at those great Arsenal teams, like when we're looking at the team under George Graham, when we're looking at the early teams under Wenger, like, do you get me? Great defenders. You were hard to beat. Like you were rough. Like you were like a team that was nowhere near pushovers. And I think as you evolved, especially in the Emirates era, changed and you were playing great football. And again, this is another thing that we'll talk about as well, because I'm seeing a lot of discussion about, they're calling Arteta Tony Pulis and Dyche. And there's a lot of talk. I know the Chelsea fans are not happy with you guys, bro.
I don't care.
They're saying when it was Mourinho and we were winning titles, you lot were saying boring Chelsea.
It's true.
You were saying boring Chelsea. You were saying I would rather play good football. I would rather pay money to watch my team play good football. Hey, bro, we don't have the tapes. You weren't streaming them. So, thankfully,
those tapes don't exist.
You've got out of it, bro. Thankfully, you've got out of it. But I know a lot of Arsenal fans, they were saying, oh, you know what, how we play football. Me personally, I would rather pay good money to watch my team play it this way. I would rather play the right way. I love seeing Fabregas and Nasri and Wilshere
it's
and
making
the
sense. You're reminding
triangles
me of stuff,
and the
man.
1-2s. And yeah, like, I wouldn't want to win that way. Like, imagine watching your team, paying good money to see your team play like that. Like, and you know,
True.
a lot of Chelsea fans, they say, hey, I remember, guys, and we won. We done this and we won. So you guys also, you're doing this and you also haven't yet won. So there's a lot of discussions that are happening, which is really interesting. Like, I think, recently there's so many different dynamics with different fan bases. So yeah, we'll quickly talk about we've quickly spoken about the Chelsea and the Arsenal. But yeah, I want to focus, and again, I think this is where we can now talk about Bernardo Silva's comments. We can talk about Rodri's comments, like when they won the title, and he was talking about, you know, when Arsenal came to the Etihad and how it was the moment where I think City, if I'm correct, I don't want to phrase it wrong. I think he was saying that was the moment when they knew they'd got it because you guys didn't want to come and beat them. You were playing for like not to get beat. You're playing for the draw, and you didn't have the mentality. And there's a lot been said, and obviously Bernardo Silva has come after, and he's spoken a lot. I think he's even mentioned Liverpool, and was like, you know, Liverpool are trying to beat us, and you know, Arsenal, the dark arts. Like, there's been a lot said, There's been a lot of conversation, and then obviously Haaland, he's just been. Hey man, like, I think Haaland is just, you know what it is? He's really feeling it right now. Like, obviously he's in super form, and yeah, man, like you can see he's really got that arrogance.
Yeah, his emotions are like, he's been
Like, did you see that Saliba collision? I was telling you, bro.
Like, there was a foul though. Like, it was
like, I told you that he had it on his mind. And trying to prove a point. He had it on his mind. Like, I think the centre backs had it on their mind, and Haaland had it on his mind. Like, so I think things have really gotten tense between the two clubs. Yeah, I like it. Again, all this Liverpool City pool. Oh, you're great. No, we're great. No, you're great. No, all of this one that they were doing, and this, and this is the best. Half and half City pool, bruv. Do you get me? I grew up on United versus Arsenal, Keane, Vieira, Fergie, Wenger. Like, it was nasty. It was nasty, bro. There was animosity. There was hatred. Like, man, seeing City pool. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
But we all know that though. That rivalry was about the quality of football. Nothing to do with that emotion.
Let me not take that away from them.
It was the quality of the teams.
Matches were great. The matches were great. They were really entertaining. Like, they were doing their thing. But when they like to talk about it as a rivalry, like, I'm not hearing it because But again, and you know what it is? I'll give credit to Arsenal as well, because I think what's going on here is that you lot aren't trying to let them little bro you. And I like it. Like, you get, because City love to do the little bro thing. That's Liverpool. They're like, you know what? Because ultimately, we're gonna big you up. Look how they
talk about Liverpool now, bro.
Yeah, they're saying ultimately we're gonna big you up. We're gonna say like etc. But ultimately, you guys got one title and we got 6.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. We got 6. You got 1.
It's a backhanded compliment.
Do you get me? Ultimately, that's what happened.
So at least they tried.
Like, that's the energy. Imagine getting 6 titles and they've got 1, and you're saying, oh yeah, man, you guys are so brave. You know what it is? It's like when you beat someone, like, do you get me, at a game, it's just like you thrash them at FIFA or you thrash them at whatever, and you're just like, nah, man, but you played well though. Nah, seriously.
No,
seriously. You played well. Good performance, man. Nah, seriously, man. That was a hard opponent. Oh, that was really, that was challenging there, man. That was challenging, man. Like, for a moment there, I thought, I don't know if I was going to be able to win. Do you get me? I don't know if I was going to be able to win. But yeah, like, I'm liking it because I think Arsenal, they're like, nah, man, like, we don't like all of this. Like, we don't want you to like us. Do you get me? And that's what I like, because you know what it is? Like, all of this friendly. I'm just like, that Mourinho team, do you think they wanted people to like them? I think Mourinho he got energy of people disliking him. Like, do you get me? You think those United teams, do you think Fergie wanted people to like us? Like us? They said, what? Hated, adored, never ignored. Do you think those Arsenal teams, do you think Wenger wanted people to like them? You think they cared? They said, you can hate our guts. We don't care. Like, that's what we're on. And all of that City pool, 97, 98. Oh, you're great. No, you're great. No, you're great. Nah, bun all of that. And I'm liking what I'm seeing here. So first of
I
all,
hear it.
I want to say Arsenal, I like it. I like it. From the outside, I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? You lot look serious.
Yeah.
You lot actually look like you're ready to try and take the title off them. Like you're looking at it and you're like, you know what? And I think I even saw some quotes about Gabriel, and he was saying, yeah, man, like, wait till they come to our place. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like it.
Oh shit! I didn't even know Gabriel was speaking cruddy like this. I hear it, man. I hear it, man. I hear it. I hear it.
In their checks early, they said, yeah, we're writing our checks early. They said, wait till they come to our place. I said, no fear. I like it. But yeah. So it goes to the comments, Bernardo Silva, Dark Arts, they're being hypocritical. Yeah. This is my opinion. They do all of that stuff.
Oh yeah, of course they do. Bro, I was like, Rodri committed the most fouls in the league, bro. Yeah. And this guy just don't get carded.
All of that one's air. Like, I'm not hearing any of that. Yeah. Do you get me?
Yeah. Like, you know what is it? I think it was Klopp. I think it was Klopp a couple of years ago that was complaining. I can't remember who Liverpool played, and he was complaining about how the opposition set up against them. Again, it's that whole thing of like, what right do you have to be like, we play this type of football, so you guys should also play this type of football, so we can have a better game that suits us more. Like, what are you talking about here, man? We're gonna try look at the game and see what can we do to give us the best chance of coming away with signing this, especially in the circumstances. How you can see a team go down to 10 men and then be complaining about how they set up against you is ridiculous to me, bro. It's ridiculous. But go on. I just wanted to add that in. When these managers and players want you to walk into their hands or fall into their traps.
They want to beat you and they want to say, that you know how Pep talks. Like, he loves it. Like,
I love my team.
He's just like, no, very, very, very difficult. Honestly. And like, you know, he loves to beat the opposition. Man will win 6-0. We'll say, that was the hardest game of my career.
That coach, one of the best coaches
of my career. This game.
One of the most underrated coaches.
What? When we want to talk about Ten Hag gaslighting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. When Aguero,
you can't believe a word
when Aguero was leaving, we cannot replace him. We cannot replace him. We cannot.
Knowing that you had 100 cooking in the back.
And 105 appearances. Triple first season. We cannot replace him. We cannot. I was crying and all sorts, bro. Man, man. Yeah. So I think it's one of them ones where I like it. I think because there's a lot of that. There's a lot to this potential, like this potentially can be a thing where it's like, we don't know how long Pep's gonna stay. Like, we will have to see what happens, etc. But I think when we're looking at City and when we're looking at Arsenal, obviously there's the dynamic automatically with Pep and Arteta, and kind of like master and apprentice. And Arteta used to be under Pep, and then he's kind of left, and then like he's kind of making his own way. So you've automatically got that, and then obviously like there was Jesus and Zinchenko, and they got sold. And even when Haaland, he was like giving the talk to Arteta saying, be humble. Jesus is the one that's coming saying, what are you talking about? Like, do you get me? Like, do you get me? And then Haaland's like, what? Like, do you get me?
I don't like when you try these to my young buck though. Try square up to Lewis Kelly. I say, bro, hey man, go do that to Gabriel, brother. Don't try that to Lewis Kelly.
The young G, man. Hey, but shout out the young G for holding it down though. Like, shout out to him. But even with like obviously you saw like Haaland bouncing the ball off Gabriel afterwards. It's like there seems to be like a genuine dislike. Like the teams actually really are starting not to like each other.
No, and it's City's fault, bro. They caused all of this. So with how they've been talking after after what they've done, they've chosen to, like you said, little bro us and try to even like you alluded to it earlier, Rodri last season. He didn't come with a mentality, bro. But we took 4 points out of 6. The City results wasn't the reason Arsenal didn't win the league. City didn't stop us winning the league. Arsenal stopped Arsenal winning the league. So I feel like that talk is you did too much, man. So I think those are all the things the players are seeing and saying this guy's violating. Like, what are you talking about? So I think it's all those, like, all these comments. So these guys try slide in, that's what's building to what we have now. And yeah, no, I agree, man. It's definitely very enjoyable to watch, like the intensity, and it's nice to when you have players that have the mentality that we're Man City, but we don't care. We don't care.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't care.
Credit to Arsenal, like Gabriel, Saliba. Like, I think they've built a team where they really don't have fear. Like I think, even
like, Rice,
look ready. Rice, like everyone, they look ready. Saka as well. Don't sleep on Saka, you know.
Man.
I think sometimes because
Martinelli had a good game as well in this game.
Yeah, do you get me? I think because brother Saka is God fearing. Do you get me? Like he's a good guy, fam. I want to see. I'm sure Saka and Timber. Do you get me? And I don't even like you lot, but I do like Saka and Timber. I can't lie, even though I don't like Arsenal, but I like them just like individually. Do you get me? But the Bible bros, man. Like, do you get me, man? I'm trying to just move right. Do you get me? Just like be good examples. And man. But also, fam, Saka's not an idiot. Like, do you get me? Like, fam, like he's for him to even have broken into the Arsenal team when he did, and to endure everything that he had to endure. Like, do you get me? Just throughout like that tenure, obviously there was all the stuff with England. Do you get me? And the horrible abuse that he faced. Do you get me? And he came back from that, and he should have had to come back from that in the first place. Like, it's ridiculous that, do you get me? Like, we're living in a country that they will even be saying all of that rubbish. But bro, let's not even get into that because we'll be here all day. Do you get me? Talking about that. But Saka, like, do you get me? Absolutely brilliant as regards to like how he's powered through everything. And I think this Arsenal team, they've got a really good mentality. So like I think it's gonna be really interesting. And then obviously the news today regarding Rodri. I think that's what I wanted to like kind of like finish on as regards to this match, because I think this has big repercussions as regards to the season. So I think that injury is massive. Like, it's looking like he's out for the rest of the season, and we know how important Rodri is for Man City. And like that's really big. So what are your thoughts on that?
It's definitely firstly, I didn't like I don't know if you're seeing it too. I've seen the Arsenal targeted Rodri, dangerous, dirty. I was like, even the foul, it was them ones where players that happens all the time were just very unlucky. It was very unfortunate.
What with the actual injury?
The actual injury that he got. I think
the actual injury was like a non-contact injury.
Him and Partey were running, and I felt like they kind of collided a bit, and then he
kind of jarred his knee. Like he jarred it.
So I didn't like that kind of discussion, that side of it. Just put that aside first. But then on the actual injury itself, it's very sad for him because coming off the back of a massive massive season. He was rested too. I think he played 66 minutes this season so far before that happened, and now he's season.
And he's been very vocal about the scheduling as well, and the amount of games that players are having to play. And I think he potentially even spoke about striking and stuff. So like it's really really unfortunate, like really unfortunate. And like, and me personally, I don't like ever seeing like players go down with like injuries like that. So like it's really unfortunate, and I hope he gets well soon. And then for City, it's massive, man. Because like you said, every game it was always funny when like Rodri would come up and they'll flash up the stats of like City with Rodri, City without Rodri, and like the game, the number of the difference in like their wins and draws and losses with without him is massive. So they're gonna have to really find a solution, and right now, I don't know what that solution is going to be. So this is where we're going to now see again, this Pep guy. What is he going to do with that midfield, with that team? Can they find a way that they can actually, without him, still stay like right at the top of the league? It's going to be very, very interesting to see. Just from even that point of view, from the football City, I'm so curious to see what Pep is actually going to do with the team, like off the back of this. Because I was seeing some talk about could they recall? I think they were trolling, like recalling Calvin Phillips. Like, can he come back and have a renaissance? But I'm not sure. I think what will be interesting to see, it'll be interesting to see if they do anything in January. That would be interesting. But I think right now, like
you have to find solutions in house.
Obviously, like there's Kovacic, like where they want to play Gundogan, like they'll look at that, like but obviously, Rodri going down is massive. Like that's massive. that's really massive. So
yeah, it's really, really big. And in the context of that, yeah, for us from an Arsenal point of view, yeah, it definitely as an Arsenal fan does give you a bit more confidence that this is like I always say, for City are the team that we need to beat. They're the best team in the world. There always needs to be a little jump up from City and for us to rise, for us to actually overcome them. And last year was the year Haaland was out for a bit. Should have probably capitalized on that a lot more. We didn't. Now this year, Rodri being out is massive, man. So yeah, we also, I think it definitely puts, I'll probably say kind of like it's been that kind of 50-50. I feel like from what I've seen of people who are kind of favorites, I say this is the kind of injury that I think does edge Arsenal a bit further in terms of, I guess in my eyes as favorites right now. Okay, it's a massive injury for them, man. Like Wendy says, it's definitely a hill to climb now that Rodri's out. So yeah, man, we're gonna see what Pep does, man. If he does something crazy and they go do 5 out of 5, then yeah, bro, I can't lie. We're gonna have to start having some conversations. You're not gonna like it.
Oh, what? You're gonna try to come for my boy Fergie?
You're not gonna like it, bro. You're not gonna like it. Don't let him do it. You're not gonna like it.
Yeah, Fergie's the greatest, man.
But yeah, what's your thoughts on that anyway?
My thoughts are Fergie didn't have 115 charges. But yeah.
No, I hear it.
But hey, man,
we're on the same side there. When it comes to the charges,
I'm just saying facts.
Amen.
I'm just saying facts. Yeah, man. But it's massive. And I think if City were to pick one player that they wouldn't want to be out for the season, like Rodri is right there. Like I think you're looking at Rodri, you're looking at Haaland, but I think Rodri, like we've seen how important he is. Like I think he's City's most important player. Like he makes them tick. Like so, yeah. Like it's absolutely massive. And yeah, to see like how Pep manages it and like who he decides to play. That's going to be really interesting. What his selections are going to be like, but yeah, it's now kind of made the dynamic of the title race even more interesting because Rodri's so influential and he's so important for them. So but overall, I think Arsenal. It's really like it would have been really heartbreaking if I was an Arsenal fan. Of course, I'm not, but. Dude, it's one of them. That's why I don't even like it when you guys pick. I don't like both of you. Like, so I'm just like, I don't like both of you. Okay. You get me? So it's just like, so it's always funny because it's like when Liverpool, City, and Arsenal were competing last season, you're looking at it and you're just like, this is nasty, man. Like, do you get me? This is nasty. What a nasty situation we found ourselves in. But yeah, like if I was an Arsenal fan, I would have been really disappointed with how it ended. But also, I would have been proud of the performance. Like, I think you done very well, and you were that close. So I think that's what makes it hard to take. But ultimately, I think you put in a very, very good defensive display. I think that's even a disservice. I think you put in a great, like, fantastic defensive display. And point at the Etihad, 3 points at Tottenham. 3 points at Villa Park, first 5 games. Massive. Can't be mad at it.
Massive. Nah, man, Arteta, you did what you needed to do, man. So now we have a run of fixtures that we should win, and now we're going to see the creativity, whether we can find the solution of that in the meantime. So we'll see. We'll see. But I guess kind of before we move on from that Arsenal City game, the last kind of thing to update was obviously our predictions for this. We both went for a 1-1 draw, and obviously it ended 2-2. So yeah, we both get a point towards the prediction. And I remember, I should have gone for the 2-2, man. But 1-1, and we're tied there. And then I feel like the next game that we need to talk about, obviously, traditionally, we go to the other two up front team because you guys had a big game this weekend too, man. I remember going into it saying, "Oh, Palace, this could be tricky for Ten Hag and like United." So I feel like a good place to really start here, bro, was. I was out, so I'm gonna need you to really like give me. I've heard, I've seen, but I'm sure you watched the full game, so we'll get into a bit more from your point of view. But I saw the lineup, bro, and I said, I remember before the match started, me and Major, the conversation was on, is this Rashford's last chance? Because he's played 2 games, played well in both of them. Clearly, this is what Ten Hag has been waiting for. When he played him, and he's been playing for the last 18 months, 12 months. This is what he's been waiting for. And then you see him dropped. So that's funny. So yeah, I want to kind of get your thoughts on that, how that kind of affected the match, and your general take on this game, bro. Where to start there?
I was very surprised. Like very surprised. I saw the lineup and I said, so all of these games that all of us United fans have said, you know what, we love Rashford, but he shouldn't be starting, and you started him. And then now, when he's actually played well for the last couple of games, that's when you take him out of the team. I'm just like, yeah, like I just don't really understand like the theory as regards to what it is that he's trying to do. But okay, you know what?
Yeah,
you made your decision, so cool. Yeah, with the game, okay, I'm gonna talk through the positives first, and then I'm gonna get to the negatives, because I think I've been very negative about Man United this season. So yeah, like let me be positive. I think the first half is the best first half United have played like in a long time. Like I think that was definitely the best first half of the season.
Bro, I was watching match today, yeah. And when I say, I think it was like 30, 40 minutes in, so I saw a Palace big chance. I said, oh, United were dominating.
Bro, United were in complete control. Like, honestly, I was surprised. Like, United were in complete control. Like, Palace were penned back. Like, they were penned back. United were dominant. And yeah, United, a lot of the time, it's like 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here. Like, and they struggled to control a whole half. Literally, it was only right towards the end of the first half where Palace, like, they started to play a bit, and yeah, I think they had a chance. But yeah, for the majority of the first half, United were in control.
Well, you know what you should talk on a little bit? Because I just remembered another shocking inclusion in this game too was Eriksen. I don't know, that might also, I guess, when you're saying United actually for once control the game.
And Eriksen, he's played well, like in the games prior. Like he's played well. And I think with Eriksen, a lot of United fans, we don't doubt his on-the-ball ability. Like, we know that he's good on the ball. It's off the ball where there's problems, because, like, he's really not got legs, like, at all. Like, so our midfield can really be bypassed. But, yeah, Ten Hag decided to play him, and, yeah, like, he played well. Again, we got on the ball. We were keeping things moving. We created chances. Again, I spoke about Xerxes in the last match, and yeah, I think he was key to linking things up. Like, got on the ball, drops deep, like played a lovely through ball for Garnacho. And yeah, I think Garnacho, he decided to go with his left across the keeper. Henderson made the save. I think like he probably should have went near post if he was going with his left. Like I think that would have been the better finish. But yeah, Henderson made the save. I think De Ligt had a good chance from the corner.
Yeah, he should have scored that.
Yeah, and then obviously we had the other opportunity where Garnacho finesses it onto the bar, and then it comes back to Bruno, and then Bruno then hits the bar as well. And it was like, this goal is just not coming. And I think that was the frustrating thing, because we're looking at it and we're like, you know what, Palace are going to make changes in the second half because we've been all over them. So they're definitely not just going to not adjust. So I think we really needed to score, and we needed to have something to show for our dominance. And unfortunately, we didn't. We had the chances. The chances were there. They were like quite a few chances, but unfortunately, we weren't able to get that goal. And yeah, we go into half time and there's 0-0. I think the second half, and I've seen some like discussions regarding United's second half, and I think how some people have phrased it is like, you know what, first half United were great, and then the second half, like Palace were dominant. That's not what happened. And me, you know, I will call out United when they're trolling, and I will say if United were really, really bad. And United definitely weren't as good as they were in the first half, and they were definitely much poorer. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I think influenced that. But yeah, like United still had the majority of the possession. Like, I think we even had more possession in the second half slightly than we had in the first half. The difference between the second half and the first half is that we weren't able to create much at all. Like Palace switched it up. We weren't able to create much. I think especially when Ten Hag took Xerxes off for Rashford, and again, his decision making so questionable.
So he put
Because
Rashford up
again,
front.
yeah, he put Rashford through the middle. Like, it was so questionable. I don't understand why he done that. So the first thing that we're looking at is you decided not to start him when he's actually gotten into a bit of form. So Rashford's finally gotten into a bit of form. He's finally got his goals. He's looking confident. He's playing with more confidence. He's looking sharper. And then you leave him on the bench. And then you decide to bring him on for Xerxes, who was linking everything that we were doing. He's the one that was, he created the chance for Garnacho. He was playing well. And then now you take him off and you put Rashford through the middle. And Rashford, like, do you get me? It didn't work at
it
all.
Don't make sense, man.
It didn't work at all. Like, and Palace, they set up much better, and Palace, they were much more dangerous in the second half. So yeah, they had chances, and that's the crazy thing. For as much possession that United had, Palace still had some good chances. Eze should have scored.
Yeah, so Eze, he was trolling.
Eze should have scored. He should have scored.
And like two very good chances.
And Onana made.
Oh,
do
yeah.
you get me?
That double save.
Really good save. Really good double save there. So it's like, for everything that I've said about United playing well and stuff, we still could have lost that match. We still could have lost. So I think, Palace were definitely much better in the second half. But I think some people have kind of phrased it like, oh, United were the ones dominating in the first half, and then Palace had all of the ball in the second half, and United were just sitting back. Like, that's not what happened. Palace were definitely much better. Palace created opportunities, and United were definitely like so much weaker in attack. Like, we weren't creating anything. And from that perspective, I'll say, for me personally, it was a poor second half because we weren't able to do anything. So like, we had the ball, but we weren't able to create chances. We weren't able to do much. And like, again, the subs, like that.
Bro, talk to me about Bruno, because I've heard from I don't know if this is
bro.
Talk to me about Bruno.
I was getting there.
That's what I want to hear about.
Bro, Bruno. Bro, I think this game, like, it summed up a lot of why United fans get so frustrated with him, bro. He was so wasteful on the ball, man. Like, really? so wasteful. The amount of times he lost possession, the amount of times he gave away cheap passes. And then even in the second half, when I was talking about how we didn't create much, one of the chances we did create fell to Bruno, and he wasn't able to take it. Like, so overall, he had a really poor game, man.
Bro,
like,
was that the outside? Was that the outside the foot shot when he bounced it with Xerxes? I said, what is this guy doing?
Bro,
I said, what is he doing?
Again, bro, Xerxes the one that created it. So you can see how influential he was. And then again, you decide to take Xerxes off, and then you put Rashford on through the middle when Xerxes been integral to like how we've been playing and our dynamism in attack. Like, it didn't make sense. But going back to Bruno was so wasteful, man. Like, it was such a bad performance, such a frustrating performance. And a lot of the people that are really critical of Bruno, and a lot of the people who have said, you know what, whilst Bruno can create things and he can have a moment of brilliance and he is influential, sometimes when people say he's a net negative, this is what they're talking about. This is exactly what they're talking about. They're saying, you know what, like, we can't afford to have a captain that plays every game that is that wasteful on the ball. That is that, like, who makes that many bad decisions, who's like just stopping our fluency. Like, and I think he had a terrible game, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
it's funny though, because even I see I think his like score was quite good. So I don't know, however, he was, because he was really good in the first half. And I
watched the match, bro.
Forget
all of that one, bro. Forget all of that one, bro. Bruno was bad. Hear it from me. Straight from someone, United fan who watched the whole match, bro. Bruno was bad. I don't care what stat you saw, whatever. Bro, he was bad, bro. He was losing the ball like anything. Losing it like anything, honestly. Really bad performance. Like, I was really, really, really disappointed in Bruno. Like, because when you're going away to Selhurst Park and you've started how you started, and again, like, we're looking for players to try and get us out of trouble, who can keep things ticking, who can create opportunities, and you're just wasteful. Like, you're not able to keep things ticking. Like, again, you're taking things for granted, that's been possession wise. Like, you're being sloppy. Like, it was a bad performance. Like he had shambles, man. So yeah, I think
how was
overall,
Ugarte when he came on? How was his
again,
cameo in
bro,
this game?
I think I need to see Ugarte start.
Okay.
Yeah, like I
Okay.
need to see him start. Like again, like there's not much I can really say about Ugarte. Like I think we need to see him start like and play a full game, and like yeah, we can fully see what he's about. Because yeah, like currently, yeah, I don't think I can give too much analysis on Ugarte. So
Yeah,
just to
I
start,
think that was another sub that I've seen get criticized, where people were like, if Mount's on the bench, is he not fit?
Yeah.
Why would you not bring on Mount in that situation rather than
a lot of people are
Ugarte?
thinking, like Mount for Bruno
or even for
etc.
Eriksen, or
like do you get me? So yeah, but yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, but boy, let's see, man, because I guess it was a step in the. It was. I've seen both sides of this, where it's like, you also did perform well in the first half, and you should have been comfortably ahead.
The first half,
so
that was the best, and that's why I said positive.
Yeah.
That's the best first half I've seen from United in a while.
I hear it.
Like again, most of the time I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh, you know what? We had moments there, we had opportunities there. Like even when I went to Old Trafford for the first game of the season against Fulham, again, we didn't control the first half like we controlled it against Palace. Like against Palace, we controlled the first half. It was literally like just towards the end where Palace started to get into the game a bit more. But yeah, for the majority of the first half, we controlled it. And again, I think you even spoke about United out of possession, and we've spoken about pressing, and we've spoken about closing the ball down, and you know, being vulnerable on the transition. But I think in the last episode, I think you also spoke about, you know, seeing United on the ball and how are we like when we have to kind of be in possession and stuff. And yeah, like this was actually good. Like, I was shocked. Like, I was like, better. Like, I actually can't get onto you guys that much. Like, and I'm happy because I don't want to. But yeah, you've actually played well. But again, you just didn't take your chances. And I think that's it. And I think
is that becoming a bit of a concern,
bro,
the big chances missed
that you guys have? The stat, I think United have missed already the most big chances in the league, bro. It's definitely a concern. It's definitely a concern. The amount of goals that we're able to score is like worrying. Is extremely worrying. And I can look to so many matches already this season where I thought, oh my days, man, like we just need to put the ball in the back of the net. The Community Shield chances, we weren't able to like finish them.
Put them away, yo.
United versus Fulham, I was there. I was at Old Trafford. Bro. The crowd was getting frustrated. Like, come on, guys! Like, score one of these.
Even
again,
pre-season against Liverpool,
he was trolling. Yeah, against Liverpool when we lost. We had so many chances, and I think it's becoming a pattern where United are not able to put the ball in the back of the net. And Xerxes, he's come in and he's been great, but he's also had chances, and he's done very well when it comes to like the link up. Like, and I think maybe great is when I say great, I think firstly great is too much. So let me take that back.
I respect that.
I think great is too much. I think he's been good, and he's been good as regards to his link up play. And
I already had a good game.
The things that we've kind of praised him for prior for him coming to Man United. But yeah, with his finishing, I think he has been a bit unlucky at times, but also like he should have scored like more than he has. Like I was so delighted for him when he got that debut goal, and we really need to see him kick on now. But yeah, United and converting chances is a problem. Garnacho, he should have scored.
Yeah, the chances he was missing was
should have scored. Yeah, man. Like we need to put the ball in the back of the net, because if we get the goals that we deserved in that first half, we're now going into the second half and things are looking different. Palace are like, you know what? We've got to come out a bit more. Like, do you get me? The game opens up, and hopefully we're able to get another. Of course, it could have went a different way. They might have put pressure on us, and United might have started to crumble, like we've seen it. So I'm not trying to say anything was a guarantee, but I think it would have been like so much easier for us if we went into half time with at least a goal. But we should have even had more than one. We saw what happened against Southampton when we didn't play well that first half. Southampton actually deserved to be in front, but we were able to score. And then the second half, calm. So overall, it was a weird match, because I looked at that first half and I was like, yeah, that's the best first half United have played this season. But ultimately, 1 point. 1 point. And I think I spoke about us needing to go on a run, and we beat Southampton. and we needed to beat Palace, man. And obviously, we've now got Spurs on the weekend.
I
Spurs
can't wait
have
for that
beaten
Thursday
Brentford.
preview. Yeah.
Spurs have beat Brentford, and yeah, I'm going to the game, so I'm going to be at Old Trafford, and yeah, it's going to be a big one because
That is going to be a game.
we've
looking
dropped
forward to that.
we've dropped too many points already, so we really need to get the win there. Like, we need to get the win. So yeah, overall, it was a weird game, like frustrating. I think some of our problems are very like prevalent there. Like, I think I've spoken about some of our other problems previously when I was talking about, you know, our midfield issues and our problems pressing, how easily we are to break down, and our problems in the build-up. But here, I think our problems were more so when it came to our finishing. Like, we weren't able to take our chances. And I think that's also another problem United have had. So it is concerning because ultimately you can play well, you can have a great first half, you can do the right things, but you need to put the ball in the back of the net. And if you're not able to take your chances, because right now, this isn't just unlucky. Like, when you're looking at the amount of big chances we've missed, again, like, we're top of the league when it comes to big chances missed. This isn't unlucky. And this was happening last season as well. So we've got a big problem. And part of the reason why a lot of United fans were saying, you know what, we want Rashford playing, like, if he can get back to his form, is because he's someone that can put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, he's someone that can, if he gets form, then he can put the ball in the back of the net. So yeah, man, overall, I was really disappointed with the result. The first half performance was encouraging. I was happy Nketiah didn't score, so you couldn't play that song. Like, I know you're waiting. I know you're waiting. You're waiting to come and do your banner. So yeah, like, I was happy. Like, do you get me? I was even looking. The first half, I was looking. I was just like, hey man, yeah, like, we should be a couple goals good by half time. And so I know Ace was plotting. I know it was plotting. Like,
yeah, you guys did what you had to, man.
Game. Yeah, he thought it was going to be a different game. He predicted the Palace win, etc. So I was thinking, you know what? Like, this is, and then we just weren't able to score. So that was really frustrating. So I think, there's positives to take, but also there's several negatives as well. Yeah, there's serious cause for concern.
I feel like you've analyzed it really well, man. I think from the outside, if I would like, what I kind of think looking in is that I think it's definitely an encouraging performance because you guys haven't been playing good football for a very long time now. So for you guys to actually strangle a game like that, we haven't seen it for a minute. I think probably the best game I've seen you guys play other than that was in terms of like you actually playing what I think Ten Hag wants to do was the game against Wolves last season for the first like 60 minutes. Remember the Wolves game? Like, I think that was another game where, away, where I thought, like, okay, United actually...
First game of the season was terrible.
Yeah, not that one. Not that one. So, like, I felt like this was the first time where, from what I've seen, you guys actually made loads of chances, you dominated the ball. But I think what would still be concerning, man, is Ten Hag. Because I also feel like the subs also messed you up in this game too. Like, I think you're even I think with the right subs, you guys can also have gone on to win. Like, it's not, you don't just accept that, good 60 minutes. But I think he also made decisions that also like this is worrying for my manager to do. Like, I don't want you to make these decisions that don't make sense to me. Because we all know Rashford is not a striker. He said himself that he's not a striker.
And if you're gonna play him, if you're gonna play him up front, this isn't the game where you play him up front. You play him up front where the game's open, or it even makes more sense to play him up front against someone like a Spurs, where they've got a high line and there's more space to run in behind. Not against Palace, where with the way they're setting up, like, that's where Xerxes. That's where you want him, and you want someone like a Rashford playing off Xerxes. That's exactly what you want. You want someone like a Rashford playing off Xerxes. You don't want Rashford through the middle. Like, he was there, and that's like, it was hard for me to even overly criticize him because I was just like, yeah, man, he's been done dirty here. Because I don't know why he's through the middle. I don't know why he's through the middle.
We said it, bro. Can help you exposes these players sometimes. You should know where their best positions are at this point, bro. So I mean, but to be fair, I'll give him credit too. That Ericsson move, I didn't see that happening, and apparently he did sign. So credit for that tactically. But I think the subs are another one where I'm looking at you again sideways and saying, this Spurs match, this is now a must win. So I want to see
one step forward, two steps back. Like, one step forward, two steps back. Like, literally, like, you put Rashford on the bench, and then you're like, cool, that's a questionable decision. But then, United are playing well in the first half, and you're like, okay, cool. And then we weren't able to get the goal, and then we're thinking, you know what? We don't want this to be the typical thing of like, oh, we've played well and then now Palace get the goal and then it's, it's all long. So we're thinking, you know what, United, keep it up, please. And again, we saw the chance that Xerxes created for Bruno, and then you take him off, and then you put Rashford through the middle.
It should have been Højlund for Bruno, if anything. And play Xerxes in the 10.
Through the middle.
Yeah, it was very silly, man.
I just don't understand why he done that, man. Like, he literally, like, again, like, United's finishing was definitely a problem because we should have been up, like, a couple goals when we went into half time.
Yeah.
If that was the case, then things could be looking really different. But we weren't. I think from there, as a manager, you've got to look at the match and you've got to say, you know what, we need to change things. You need to make the right decisions. For him to make that Xerxes substitution and then to put Rashford through the middle, like Rashford. Come on, man. Like, we've all watched Rashford. Like, we've watched Rashford. We know what he's good at. We know what he's good at. We know what his strengths are. He's actually confident now. Like, he scored a couple of goals. Why are you playing him through the middle? And these are the things that have us questioning Ten Hag. Because you're like, why are you doing that? Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense, bro. Fam, and I was starting to get wound up all over again because I'm just like, United just played a good first half. We played a good first half. Things are going well. Like, hopefully we can get the goal, and then you go and do that. And I'm thinking, bro, like, are we not all watching? How can all of us fans see these obvious mistakes and Ten Hag is just oblivious?
Yeah,
like,
man.
How can we look at it and say, you know what, you shouldn't do that? Like, that's not going to work.
Bro, it's concerning, man. It's concerning.
And then you're just oblivious.
Yeah.
And you say, you know what this game needs? Rashford through the middle. Selhurst Park. When they're defending
Rashford, and you got
come on, man.
You got to slide the balls forward.
Come on, man. What's going on here, man? What's going on? And again, man was even giving you credit for the Ericsson move, man. And then you go do that, man. Oh, bruv. Do you get me? Yeah, man.
So I'm locked in.
I've already said how I felt about the manager. Do you get me? And I don't think he's the right man for the job. But I think for the people that are even backing him who believe that Ten Hag is the right man for the job, like, they'll be looking at that and they would have been encouraged thinking, oh, you know what, Ericsson, you know what, he's made the move. And then they'll see him make that Rashford substitution and they're thinking, bro, you know when it's just like, you know when your boy is just a liability and you're thinking, bro, the same mistakes I'm trying to back you, bro. Yeah. Bro, I'm trying to back you, bro, but you're not helping. You're helping. You're letting down the gang, bro. Like, do you get me? Like, there's only so much we could do, bro. Like, honestly. So, yeah, man. That's my thoughts on the match. Like, hopefully, again, final thing I'll say is that the game, again, obviously, we've got the Europa League game against FC20, and then we've got Spurs on Sunday, and that's going to be a massive, massive match. Because if he loses that, then, like, things are not looking good at all. Like, so, yeah. He's got to win that match. Like, he's got, with me, I'm not even hearing draw. Like, he's got to win. Like, do you get it? So,
I hear it. So, again, before we move on from that game, just to let the people know, obviously, I went for a 2-1 Palace win. Major went for a 2-1 United win. And it ended in a no draw. That's why I said, yeah, man. Sometimes, bro, I know. Watching that game, seeing the chances that were missed, even Eze as well, the two chances they missed.
That's the worst thing about this game, bro. Is that for everything I've said and how we control, Palace could have dunked on us, bro. Because Eze should have scored that. Eze should have scored. That would have jarred me so much. That would have jarred me so much.
You guys got away with it a little bit at the end too, but so no points for either of us in that game. Then quickly moving on to the other big fixtures this weekend. I feel like the next place that we have to go, I'm gonna take us here because I have to just say sorry, Mr. Jackson, because we were talking on his name, in the previous stream, saying should he get dropped? Nkuku's there, he's not a finisher, and I just had to put my hand up and say, you know what, he had a very, very good game in this one, man. Like,
Nicholas,
yeah, man, yep.
Gotta give you credit, man.
Yeah, man.
Gotta give you credit.
Yeah,
you know what, bro?
Yeah.
I remember when we were speaking about Chelsea's transfer window, I remember saying that, you know what? It would really make sense for you to have bought a striker. Like, I can't see how you've approached this window and you've not invested money in a striker, especially when you stockpiled in other positions which were of less demand. And I still stand by that. You still should have bought a striker. And one of the things I said was, you know what? Like, Jackson might go on to have a great season, and he actually might really improve his finishing, and he might be much more clinical, but it's a risk. And I don't know why you would take that risk. Like, we're not saying get rid of Jackson. We're saying get more depth in that striker position, get someone up front who's a great finisher, who's world class. Again, Jackson's flexible. He can play off the left, like he can move around. There's a lot of things. Because I think me and you both said that we don't buy this whole Jackson's not a good player. Like, do you get me? Jackson's technically secure. Like, he's got a lot of good things about his game. But of course, it was his finishing. And yeah, like, we both said, you know what, Chelsea, they definitely should have bought a striker. They should have bought a clinical finisher. Like we spoke about, like host of different players. Do you get me? And credit to Jackson, because you know what? The manager, I think, in my opinion, he's taken a risk. Chelsea Football Club have taken a risk by not investing in a striker. And if he's able to continue and improve his form, and he's able to become much more clinical, and he's actually able to convert the chances that they need him to convert, then yeah, like you're looking at it and you're thinking, okay, risk paid off. Like, do you get me? You're looking at it and you're saying credit to you, credit to Jackson for stepping up, for improving. And again, maybe Chelsea looked at it and said, you know what, we really believe in this player, and this is who we're gonna pick. Again, I still question it as regards to why you still didn't invest more in that position when you invested so heavily in other positions which you are already really strong in. That's the thing that I still don't get. So but as regards to Jackson, credit to him, man. Like, credit to him. Like, he had a great game. Great game.
Like,
not even
the goals
just his goals, but his decision making.
Yeah.
Even like the pass for Palmer. Like, do you get me? Like the way of pass, knowing when to release it. Like, do you get me? Like, he had a great game. And yeah, man, like, shout out to Jackson, because I think he's proven a lot of people wrong. So
it was definitely a big step in the right direction for him. Again, now what we need to see is consistency. That's what separates the bagsmen. It's 5 games. The bagsmen and and the other guys who can do it every now and then. But no, in 100%. This game, really good goals. The first goal, I think, to be moving on, I guess, because my general analysis of this game, bro, I remember coming into it, is my thing was it's about which coach is gonna get it right. Both teams have so many pieces. How are they going to fit together, and are they going to get right? And I saw the lineups and I thought, okay, like I was saying, you know, Kudus on the right wing, Bowen up front, Paqueta. I said, I think Lopetegui's getting it right. Then I saw what they actually did on the pitch, and I said, this guy got it so wrong. He got it so wrong, bro. They broke it down so well, because I was watching it. They broke it down really well on Match Today as well. Is him having Alvarez trying to man mark Jackson, just following him around the pitch, and Jackson was just burning this guy for fun, bro. You're just running off him, collecting the ball, pushing it past him. I said, this is actually one where I think Maresco got it so right, because I feel like with Chelsea, where I've been concerned with them, where I've been concerned with Chelsea is when I feel like they've been so open, but I feel like teams can score against them and they don't look solid. But Maresco, I think they were deeper in this game, and they played West Ham perfectly, where they let West Ham come onto them and they just hit them on the break when they needed to. Fast transitions and got their goals. Whereas West Ham, I feel like they had the players to hurt Chelsea, but then just what the manager actually did on the pitch, the instructions he gave these guys, like it just didn't work out in the end, man. So yeah, I feel like Maresca won it for them, and Lopetegui lost it for West Ham. Was like what my thought on this one was.
Also, just very quickly on West Ham, what I want to say, that defense was atrocious, bro.
Oh, it was shambolic. It was shambolic.
Absolutely.
Even the second goal Chelsea scored, bro. See how they just popped it around them. I said, yeah,
horrible, man.
Should be embarrassed.
Horrible. I think even Areola as well, he should have done better.
Yeah, I don't know how he let that go through his legs.
Yeah, just overall, the whole defensive unit, bro.
I wanted to give Chelsea their credit before I then criticize West Ham.
No,
they were shocking.
Don't get me wrong. Chelsea were very good. Chelsea were very. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'll be extremely encouraged by that performance. Like, Chelsea were really good. And obviously we've spoken a lot about the front three and who Maresca's going to go with, and it's going to be interesting to see what he persists with moving forward. I think it's looking like Palmer and Jackson, like, they're going to be staying there. So like Palmer in the 10, Jackson like up front, and then obviously we've got, I think he really likes Madueke. Like, so he's
that
there.
guy though, man. That guy needs to humble his game a bit, man.
Bro.
Like he needs to humble his game a bit.
Bro,
like I think I look at Saka and I look at him. I'm like, you're trying to be the guy so much, man.
Bro,
like just
bro,
pass
I
the
was
ball.
saying this. I was
like,
literally saying this, bro. I was saying it, bro. He is, again, credit to you, like your performance against Wolves, getting the goals that you did, etc. But I've seen it a few times now where he could have passed it, he could have laid it off to Palmer, and yeah, man, like I don't want him to get too excited too quickly to the point where it's like, you know what, you're now trying to put yourself before the team and you're trying to, achieve your individual stats and want to make sure you score. Because even when he played for England, I saw that a little bit in his performance where it was just like, yeah, he kind of look. And I get it. Of course, you want to come on, you want to impress, you want to get your goal. But yeah, man, like you need to be making sure that you're making the right decisions. And I think, like, there's been a few times, and it's so funny because literally I was having this conversation, exactly what you said, where I was looking at him, I was like, he's getting a bit greedy, man.
Yeah.
Like he's getting a bit greedy. Like, so yeah, like I think he just needs to be careful of that. Like, careful.
Yup. So I don't know if you have any other kind of last thoughts in this game before we move on to the other fixtures. So yeah, just to update the people on the predictions, I went for a 2-1 West Ham win. I thought they could do something at home. They did not. And Major, you went for a 1-1. So we were both wrong in this one. So again, no points for either of us in this game. Then I think the next game that we should go to, I'm going to let you decide on this one, bro. We can either go to the Spurs-Brentford game or we can go Liverpool-Bournemouth. Where do you want to go next?
Let's go Spurs-Brentford.
Spurs-Brentford. Yeah. I think we spoke about it coming into this match where we said, yeah, man, and he was under pressure. Like he needed to, this was a game they needed to win. Because when you look at Tottenham and you look at their form table, what they've been doing since the first 10 games of last season to now, it wasn't good enough, man, for all the good football that they might be playing. And yeah, in this game, this was an interesting one because this was them games where I saw the scoreline and I thought, oh yeah, comfortable Spurs win. Then I watched the highlights and I thought, because I watched the first half too, where Spurs, it was kind of similar to your game where they should have been away in the first half because they were peppering Brentford. I even missed the fact that goal by Mbeumo was
crazy ball.
Yeah, nasty goal. First time, that guy, nasty. But yeah, so Spurs were peppering them in the first half. They got the equalizer. Then I think they go 2-1 ahead, I think, in the first half. And then the second half, I don't know why they do this thing where they just also allow the other team to come onto them as well. And Vicario had to make some very big saves. As much as he was trolling, he also had to make big saves to also keep it when it was 2-1. And the Spurs go on and win the 3-1. And yeah, I have to give Ange the credit, Spurs the credit. They needed to win this game. This was more of a, you need to actually win more than the performance at this point. Like, we don't want good football. We need.
And to be fair as well, I still think Spurs overall, I think they definitely deserve to win though.
Yeah,
like Spurs had chances. Like they had chances. Like even them. Johnson, like he scored one, but he could have got more. Like Spurs, they had chances. Like I think Spurs definitely deserve to win.
I agree. And shout out to Solanke got his first goal. Hoping he's goal scoring at Spurs. So it'll be interesting to see how he does throughout this season. One thing I did think was interesting tactically that Ange did in this game, bro, is I felt like we've spoken a lot about this Son as a left winger, and I felt like Son and Kulu were swapping a lot more from what I was seeing, where Son was also playing a lot more as like a 10 in this game, and he was making a lot of those outside to inside runs, which I think were like he looked really dangerous in this match as well. And I feel like that's what Ange needs to do to get the best out of Son. If he tries to play him as this touchline winger, it's not going to work. I feel like, in my opinion, I think he's just not that player. I don't think he's ever really been that player from what I've seen at Spurs, and he's definitely not that player now in this stage of his career. So it's now on the manager to also adapt in the right way. But yeah, all in all, big 3 points for Spurs. 3 points. But yeah, what was your job to generational thinker? Really? I thought he actually looked good. Maybe it's a highlight thing there. I thought he looked good from what I saw.
Andy is not feeling.
Fair enough.
I still got 2 assists.
I was trying to be, I thought he actually did well from what I saw, but maybe not. Again, you need to watch the whole game sometimes. And yeah, Vicario, he really did try. I don't know if you saw the handball when he outside the box. He was very lucky. Very, very lucky with that, bro. But then he made it up, man. Vicario, he's a great shot stopper. He just needs to work on the other parts of his game. When it comes to just like, he looks a bit shaky sometimes. When he even gets the claiming crosses, the pass back sometimes. He just looks nervous. So I feel like those aspects of his game he needs to fix. But as a
I think
shot
overall, again, I think
ridiculous.
he's been a good signing for Spurs. Like I
Yeah.
think a lot of Spurs fans, like they probably like were maybe like from what I heard, they were like a little bit skeptical, but I think he's exceeded a lot of their expectations. So yeah, I think, and for a while, like those weaknesses weren't really exposed like that. And I think obviously now they've been highlighted a bit more. And yeah, it's definitely something that he needs to work on. But overall, I think he's been a positive. I think Spurs fans, they've got much more
Pressing.
Pressing matters than goalkeeper. Like, I think Vicario's he's done well.
No, I agree. And then someone else I want to give a shout out to in this game, man, because he's been getting a lot of flack recently. Is Madison. Because I don't know, maybe I'm gonna hear he had a stinker as well. But what I saw, I thought he had a very good performance.
Like, I think Madison had a good game.
Yeah, like he was sliding people in and got the goal in the end, which helped kill off the pressure when it was 2-1 and it could have gone either way.
Good finish as well.
Yeah, very good finish. Thinking over the keeper. So that is the Spurs Brentford match. In terms of our predictions, we both predicted 2-1 for this game, and we were both wrong.
I helped you.
By telling me that's yeah. Thank you very much, bro. This
I need to stop doing this. I need to stop doing this. You're gonna go for a draw, man.
We're 2 up front.
You need to stop doing it, man.
2 up front.
Hey,
man. So that was, we both got the right result but the wrong scoreline. So that's 1 point each for both of us in that game.
Wendy confirmed that Madison had his best game in ages.
Okay,
so we've got a Spurs fans confirmation.
Thank you. Happy. I got one of them right. So
yes,
go on, sir.
Nah, and she also said Son missed too many sitters, in my opinion. Cash money in the past.
Yeah, he's definitely not the same guy anymore. Like, he's definitely not the same guy anymore. But again, it's at that position where are you going to replace him, but he's still one of your best players. So I think Spurs are in an awkward position now. When it comes to Son, just like how much more time they give him. He's definitely one to keep an eye on over this season and the season after, because he's definitely getting up there in age. And then, so taking it away from the Spurs Brentford match, the next game that I wanted to talk about is Liverpool Bournemouth. Because this was one of the games of the weekend where I felt like there's definitely going to be goals in this match, because just how Bournemouth play, how Liverpool play. I said there's going to be goals. I thought it was going to be tighter than it ended up being, because Diaz just decided to just move mad in this game, and he said you just. All the Liverpool fans have been doubting him. He said, I'm him. And fair play to him, man. He just, you just see a player just be on it from the start of the game. Like, even the shots he was taking, I said, this guy came here with a mission. And Bournemouth are actually doing quite well. And like I alluded to earlier, Anfield and being put in a blender, bro. 2 minutes, 2 goals. Just like that. You could be in the game, think, everything is going well. You check over your shoulder, you're 1-0 down. You move the ball back to the halfway line, you kick off, you're 2-0 down. And that's what Liverpool did to them in this game, man. So very sharply, like, the game was done. And I had to give a generational stinker shout out to Kepa. And I have to remind everyone every single time that Chelsea bought him for £72 million. But they're only talking about other signings and how much they
cost. That's why they don't like you, bro.
72, 80 million euros to inflate it. In fact, 80 million euros they pay for that guy, bro. Do you see what he was doing in that game? You see the mistakes this guy was making. I said, this guy is fall off here. Has to go down. But we need to do a video we do in terms of relative to how much they cost, the worst Premier League 11 that we've seen. Because he has to be up there as a keeper that costs that much to where he is now is ridiculous. So that's a video we should actually try to cook up. But man, then my kind of final thing I want to say, Nunez too. That guy, he gets criticism. One of my boys says that he doesn't think he's a very smart footballer. And since he said that to me, it's now in my head where it's like he does stuff that you think he shouldn't have done it. And then when he does it, you're like, okay. Because even the goal he scored, I was like, why did he shoot from there? But he went in. So, okay. So I feel like it's a narrative that's cooking in my head that whenever I watch Nunez play. But fair play to him, was a very, very good finish. But bro, that was my kind of like quick thoughts on the Liverpool Bournemouth match. I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that.
I think I'm going to give Luis Diaz credit. Because Wendy said here, Diaz is such an unpredictable guy, man. And I think that a lot of the time has been the frustration with him from a lot of Liverpool fans. I think we spoke about him and Salah and how, he has the ability to beat players and do loads of great things, but his end product and his final actions, they're so poor. Whereas Salah, he no longer can maybe do what he was able to do before, but he's decisive when it comes to those final actions and when it comes to, putting the ball in the back of the net, making the final pass. And I think Diaz has started this season brilliantly, because I think this season, and it's an extremely small sample size, but he's not been unpredictable. Like, he's been the guy where you're looking at him and saying, yeah, man, like, he's the one. Yeah, he's the one.
It takes a while to adjust. When a guy who hasn't,
we can't fully give it to him because again, it's a very small sample size. So overall, he's not like completely shook off that unpredictable tag. But this season, I'll give him his credit. Like, he started this season like on fine form. Like, he's looking sharp, he's looking decisive, like he's making much better decisions. Yeah, he looks really good. He looks really, really good. And I think that's going to help Liverpool a lot, especially because, we've spoken about Salah. He's getting older, but obviously he's still a very impactful player. And, that prime Liverpool team on the clock, there was Salah, and there was Mane. And I think, since Mane has left, there's probably been like a lot of responsibility on Salah's shoulders, and he's had to shoulder a lot of the attacking responsibility. And you had Jota there, who he's very clinical, but he's had his injury problems. And I think Liverpool fans were really looking at Diaz to step up. And this season he looks so much sharper. So credit to him, man. And I don't like them, but I've got to give credit to Slot as well. I think obviously after that Forest result, to recover how he's recovered, I think Liverpool fans will be happy. So credit to them. So it was annoying because that Bournemouth goal initially, I was about to say, so it's happening again.
I leave it that's what you're good. Look at this guy.
I said it's happening. Oh, it was happening again. And then obviously, got ruled out. And then Liverpool.
I even thought, what I thought you were even gonna say, because when it was 2-0, I said, "Oh, this was Major's exact prediction." I was so happy when that third goal went in. He went 2-0 for this game. Yeah, I said 2-1. So I said, we both got the right score.
What it is with
the right result.
With Liverpool results, bro. I'm always like, bro, like obviously again, like if I predict the right score and I've gone for them to win and it's right, then there's a bonus. But bro, again, I would. If Liverpool lose every game and that means I lose this prediction table thing, bro, please take the trophy.
I hear it.
I told you, when it comes to these predictions, when it comes to FPL, when it comes to me as a United supporter, my biases come first. My dislike for my ops come first. And then after that, then we can now say, okay, well, if they're going to win anyway, then I'll try to get the right score, or I'll try to have the right players and etc. But me, a man can never laugh at what you think Liverpool can lose, and then a man can come to me and say, "Ha, you captain Salah, he didn't score." What?
I hear it.
Bro, I'm laughing with you. Anytime. So when I saw that Bournemouth goal go in, I was saying, "Hey, man, this is looking beautiful." And then obviously, they came back. So fair play. But I predicted them 2-0. So that third goal did help you.
Yep. So again, we get 1 point for that in the prediction table. And then the final game, I know how much this team means to you. So I'm going to just take a step back, I'm going to let you talk about it. But only kind of the three things I just wanted to quickly touch on was, Junior goal, absolutely filthy. That guy is a baller as well, man. He definitely do a big move. Like, I really rate him. Rodgers is finally delivering. We thank God, because that guy has just been teasing us.
Regards to FPL. Make that clear. He's been delivering performance-wise.
But as
regards to the stats,
he's done something. Assist or goal. That's what we need. Fair play to him. And Duran, bro, that guy is fast becoming a super sub, man. Like he just comes off the bench and he just changed the game, man. He had a big part to play in the goal when he got a foot in, then it ended up in Watkins' header. And then again, was there to tap it in the 3-1 final goal to close out the match. So now, man, big performance from him. But I don't know what you wanted to kind of say in this kind of Villa game. Then we'll round up there.
I was gonna say, I'm thinking, bro, is there still some like Emery animosity that you've got going on here?
No, bro. Because, I just see your energy. You light up when you speak about Villa,
bro. This dislike for Villa, bro. I don't know. Do you get me? Emery, like, you know, they beat you twice last season. Like, is Emery better than Arteta? It feels like a lot of those conversations may have triggered you, bro. Like, I'm just saying, these are just my observations. But yeah. I think Villa, yeah, man. Like, with me, I have to speak the truth, man. Like, it's a nice time to be a Villa fan. Obviously, team, 4 wins out of 5. The 1 loss was against you guys. And then obviously they won their Champions League game as well. Things are looking good. Again, when you're talking about managers who are proactive and they know what decisions to make, I think Emery is great at it. He is so good at identifying a problem and saying, you know what, this isn't working.
Bro, it became a thing at Arsenal, where this guy will make a sub at half time and change the game. Then you got to a point where we said, okay, now stop changing the game at half time, please. Start with the right team. But he is good at making those changes.
He's really good at it. Like, and I think, that really, like, and again, I think Villa built a really good squad where he's got options to choose from. And like Wolves were playing well, man.
Yeah, and I think this has been the most impressed I've been with Wolves so far this season.
Like, Villa really had to like step it up, especially in that second half. Like they had to really step it up. And yeah, man. Again, like you said, Rodgers, 2 assists. Like I think, like his performances have been rewarded with the stats now. Like, and when I say stats, I mean GA stats, because of course there's loads of other stats. But yeah, like I think really good pass for Watkins for the goal to put them 2-1 up. And then it's funny because the pass for Duran's tap-in, I think is one of them ones where, like, I've seen a lot of players get that wrong, like where they overhit it. Do you get me? Or like, like they don't play it right. Like, and like I think it was perfectly weighted. Duran, easy goal for him. And like I think overall, like for them to be able to come back like how they did, obviously it's a West Midlands derby, like it's a big game to them. Like I think, man, they'll be really happy with that 3-1 win. Again, competitions for places. You know, another player that I want to shout out as well, Tielemans. Like he's looking really good. Like I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. He's looking really good. So overall, Villa, really good win, man. And like really good start to the season. I don't think there's much more to say than that.
Yeah, no, I think that is all. I guess just to update the predictions here. He really is. Yeah, no, he really was.
I was thinking, bro, I really put this guy in my team from the start of the season. I saw the vision early, and this guy still hasn't registered. But he finally got it. It was due.
Yeah, man. So on this, I am on 17 points now, and you are on 13. Because
basically not changed.
Yeah, basically just shifted up by 6 points for both of us. Because we both got the exact scoreline for the Villa Wolves match. We both said 3-1. And then we got the Arsenal City draw correct. We got the Spurs result correct. And we got the Liverpool result correct. So, man. Well, like this, bro. Two up front. As long as it stays like this whole season, I'm good. Let's keep matching each other's energy.
Bro, next time we do our predictions on Thursday, I'm putting in some rules right now. I'm not saying anything as regards to who's playing home and away. Do your research.
That's fair.
Make sure you come prepared.
That's fair.
First and foremost. Do you get me? We're gonna make sure there's a rotation as regards to who predicts first and who gives analysis first. So none of that what you pulled when it was Arsenal versus Spurs, where you let me open up with that analysis, and all of a sudden it's like,
is it my fault that you're convincing? Is that my fault? That's not my fault. That's not my. You made a very good argument. I said,
it still annoys me. I was just like, bruv, can you believe that I actually allowed the
You talked
Arsenal
me
fan
into
to
it, man.
believe. I said,
Yeah, man. You talked me into
so,
that win.
yeah,
And
man.
that's why I
And
always
then-
appreciate you, bro.
And then the Spurs with the telling you that they're at home, you went for the
Oh
draw.
yeah.
And then I
yeah.
said, I should have just, I don't know what. I'm
You're
too
too
honest.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're too honest.
I'm too honest.
You're too honest.
Do you get me? So yeah, man. Next time we're
No, it's
we're
all
being
good, bro.
more
I've got all my lives already, so it's okay.
strategic.
You don't need to. I'll 2 lives. I'm good. I'm gonna
say
keep my last
nothing.
one. So no, but yeah. So
You say nothing.
another very good stream as always, Major.
Mhm.
Thank you for joining me. To the people who are listening, thank you for joining us. I need to get better at doing this.
Doing what?
Leave a like, subscribe,
Oh,
share.
like,
Because yeah, we
subscribe,
actually need
share.
that. Actually, it will
Mhm.
help the algorithm. So that's something that
Mhm.
probably need to be more conscious of doing a bit more.
Mhm.
And for people who watch this later, who are watching it live, please leave a like. It will help us out a lot if you do enjoy it too. And yeah, and also let us know if you're actually entertained by these streams too, because obviously we enjoy speaking football, but hopefully it is also entertaining and interesting to listen to. And any ways that we can improve to make it better, please let us know. Give us your feedback. Where still in a growing phase where we're just open to trying new things. So I just wanted to kind of add that in. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna let you end the episode as always.
Hey man, I just want to say whoever's watched this stream for 30 seconds, 1 minute, 1 hour, the whole stream, we appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. Again, like A said, we hope you are entertained. We hope you find it interesting. And yeah, man, like the engagement, the sharing, the likes, like everything's really appreciated. We really appreciate all of the support that we've had since we started this. So yeah, man, I hope everyone has a great rest of the week. And of course, we'll be back to talk more football with our preview show.
Yes. And I guess it won't be Europe this week. What's the midweek fixtures in the cup? Or what fixtures are going on?
There's some Europe as well, bro.
Is it Europe?
Hey,
It's a Europe
Yeah,
one.
bro.
Oh, okay.
Mhm,
We'll be there.
there's some
We'll
Europe.
be there. We'll be there. Sounds good, bro. We'll talk about it. Who do you guys have?
FC20, bro.
Alright.
FC20, bro.
Alright. We'll be there.
Don't talk like you're above this competition, bro. You're chilling there for
I
years.
just said we'll be there.
For
Why
years,
you
bro.
why you
Are
getting
able to win
offensive,
it,
bro?
Don't-
Why you
don't-
getting
don't-
offensive?
Don't talk
Why you
like
getting
that, bro.
offensive? I just said we'll be there.
Don't talk like that, bro.
That's all I said.
Hey, man. Don't have a
Alright,
short
man.
memory. Hey.
I'm ending the stream now, people.